Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time again. No, it's Jimmy. Blah, blah, blah. I am Jimmy James. Tonight, we've got Pruszkow hosting the mighty Wisla Krakow. Pruszkow, bottom of the league. Wisla, we're top. We've got a 100% record. We've just been knocked off top spot by no other than our neighbours. In theory, although we are back on top spot now because we've got a current point for this game, although in theory we're in second place. Wisla Krakow on 13 points. A comprehensive victory tonight. More about that at half-time. We are underway. Wisla kicking from left to right in their away kit, all white. I do prefer us in our red, I've got to say. But the white kit will do. Broader in goal in his purple. Lucky purple, I'm going to call it. Straight away, Wisla trying to get onto the attack. Ronaldo couldn't bring that ball in. And it's with the keeper. We'll go through the team lineups as soon as that ball goes out of play. Better put my glasses on. That'd be a good start, Jimmy. Agiza, he's in live chat. Agiza, good evening, Jimmy. Good evening, Agiza. Over in Connecticut in the US of A. Cross comes in from the right-hand side. Well, Yvel puts that ball out, tries conning the referee to get a throw in. He isn't going to get one. So early doors. Pruszkow putting a little bit of pressure on Wisla. Beautiful backdrop to a stadium. The Wisla fans are in the stadium. Not too many, and they are penned in a little bit, if you know what I mean. There's plenty of railings around them, but they are in the stadium, so well done to Pruszkow. I take my hat off to you if I was wearing one. Long throw comes in. That's a push in the back there, surely. The referee gives it. Yeah, Duarte getting a little shove. So, while there's a break in play, let's go through the team lineups. Starting with Pruszkow. They've gone with Napierajaj in goal. Wisla playing it out from the back there, making me nervous. Ball over the top there, trying to get Kaziemka away. It's been put out for a throw-in. They've gone with the back three. It's bold. It's bold. Hronchuk, Jack and Pavlik. That's the back three. Wisla on the attack here, edge of the box. Misunderstanding there between Duarte and Carbo. Duda clears it up though. And it's back with Cutter on the halfway line. In midfield, they've gone with Kazimierczak, Proszczek, Carroll, Bareki, and Sokol on the right-hand side. Sokol's a decent player, number 7. Keep your eye out for him. Up front, they've gone with Majewski and Siapiela. Wisla, they've gone with an unchanged side, really. Broader in goal. Lelyeveld, Biedrzycki, Kutwa, Krizanovski, that's your back four. Midfield, you've got Carbo, Belapart and Duda. On the right, you've got Kaziemka. On the left, you've got Duarte. And up front, you've got Ronaldo with Tahala playing in just behind him. That has been working well for Wisla so far. Chance here for Ronaldo, edge of the box, loose second touch. He might get another go at it. Keeper's out. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. It is a penalty. The keeper it's no good doing that. It's a penalty. Ronaldo's persistence there has won him a penalty. It's a definite penalty. The keeper there, Ronaldo just got a touch. I think Ronaldo is not a diver. Frankie James says penalty. It's a penalty. just a meagre of touches. And looking at the keeper's face now in his reaction, yeah, his face is giving it away. Rodado had, I thought he'd given up there on it, but he didn't. And then there was the merest of touches. The merest. Let's see if there is a touch. Oof, was there? There is a referee going to come over and have a look. Is it going to be... Nah. What I've done as well, I'll tell you in a minute after this penalty. I'll tell you, you might want to do the same as well. So, right, come on. Let's get this smashed in. An early start. Let's settle us down. Keeper's making himself big. Rodado's looking confident. Put it in. I'll be with you in 1 second. We've got a penalty here for the mighty Wisla Krakow away at Pruszkow. What's the referee doing? Is VAR just having a little check at this? Yep, it's a penalty. Oh, come on, Rodado, just smash it in. Smooth! Smooth as you like. The party poppers it's only took 5 minutes. The party poppers are going off. Get in there. Get in. That's the start we wanted. That's the start we wanted. There's the Wisla fans pending like sardines. They are there though. Wisla. 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 One. What have we got going on here then, Jimmy? We have got the mighty Wisla Krakow, top of the league now, on a live table against bottom of the league, Pruszkow. However, and I want to make this clear. It's all going so well for Wisla. We're back underway. It's all going so well for Wisla off the pitch as well. More about that at half time. But we can't afford any slip-ups at the moment. The reason being, there's 2 teams hot on our tail. Have a look in the description of this video. Loose clearance there, giving it away at the back again from Broder. Chance for Duarte to break here. Couldn't get on the ball though, and it's back with Pruszkow. Number 5, he's a bit of a lump, isn't he, Jack? He's got some height on him, so I would be any balls into the penalty area. When you look at Rodado's height, or Ertahala, or either Kaziemka coming in, Duarte coming in, it's going to have to be put onto the head because they've got a challenge for it. You're not going to beat Jack in the air. One says, Frankie, what's your prediction? Frankie says, hey, One, how's it going? Defo this will win. Hopefully 3-1, fingers crossed. Hey, One. I sent you... oh, you got the message, didn't you? Over that diesel heater. This we're playing it from the back. Overhit, though. Nice to see Krizanovsky getting forward down that left-hand side, though. Yeah, what I've done, because it's slightly in front of my stream, if you look at here, AI score is slightly in front. So I've covered mine up with a little piece of cardboard, so I can't see it. So if you want to watch the game behind, as soon as anything happens, it will disappear, and I will put the full picture up so you can zoom in on that if you wanted to. But it's just because it's slightly in front. It was kind of giving the game away. So that's how I've got around the issue. But all the stats are there. If you want to know how many corners there's been, cards and what have you, if you've had a little wager, I put my wager in the description tonight. I think there's going to be goals, over 10 corners. And it'll be an away win. I watched a good game before this one. A geezer says, hoping for a 5 or 6 goal drubbing. of a last place team. Never ease up on the opponents, whoever they may be. A geezer, I totally agree, and I'll tell you for why. If you look at the goal difference, the game I watched just before this was Wisla Krakow, and they absolutely smashed Polonia Varsova by 1-6. So goal difference wise, there's only one in it at the moment between the two teams. And the only point that Wisla have dropped was their opening game where they drew against Slask Roxwa. So we've also got Grodzisk. I know we turned Grodzisk over 3-2, but they are still in third place, and they're having a decent season. So there's teams, who are chomping at the bit should Wisła have any slip-ups. And we know what Wisła are like. We can do something stupid and end up coming away with a draw when we shouldn't do. So let's hope there's none of that. Plenty going on off the field as well. What an exciting time to be a Wisla Krakow fan. Frankie James says, hell yes, a geezer. A geezer with the meat grinder analogy. Although that's back at our home stadium, isn't it? Be nice to turn it into an away stadium as well. But yeah, that backdrop behind the goal that Wisła are defending in this first half. I know it's not a stand, but what a stunning, beautiful building. I don't know what it is, but you'll see it as this match goes on when the ball goes behind Broder's goal. Fantastic building. There's Harlow down the right hand side, pulls it across there. Just not the accuracy on it for Ridado, but it's back with Kaziemka. Recycled to Lelyeveld, trying to still get something going here. Headed clear. It's pretty much all Wisła in this first 11.5 minutes. That's gone quickly. Duda just outside the penalty area. Plays it into Ridado. Turns. Lays it off to Kaziemka. Shot. He didn't get hold of it. I think it was just going to be bending wide anyway, but Wisła still recycling. That's a corner down the right-hand side for Wisła. A geezer says, it's a portable grinder, son. I thought it might be. I knew there'd be a cunning plan in there. One says, all good, Frankie. One says, hi, Molly. Molly Tennant in the chat. Hello. I know Molly is a Liverpool fan. Corner comes in, too much on it, but it's with Krzyżanowski. Cross comes in. It's still with Duarte. Too many bodies in the box to get a clear shot away. Pruszkow trying to break now. Cutwa does well, though. Jedrzejczyk lumps it out of play. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody ever scored from Rose Head. Molly Tennant, I know that's my granddaughter. Future Olympic wrestling champion for Great Britain. I'm going to try and get an interview with her at some point when we visit. Which is it, Molly, that you're into more? Is it the Roman Greco, or is it freestyle, or is it both? You're going to have to let me interview you. Getting plenty of medals at the moment, she is. So she's got one proud Gramps. A bit proud of her anyway, but you know what I mean. Cross comes in from the left from Krzyżanowski, deep to Ridado. Headed clear. There'll be a throw into Wisła down that right hand side. Are you still in chat, Molly? If you are, let me know. Are you still coming down to visit next week? I certainly hope so. Maybe while you're here, I can do an interview with you. Loose pass there from Kaziemka, trying to get a 1-2 going with Ertahala. Krzyzanowski comes across well, though. Ertahala again. Early cross, looking for Redado at the back. An errant knee. A much needed errant knee came in there from... Who's that, number 8? Poshek. Redado was at the back post. Frankie James says, hi, Molly. Is everything all right with the volume levels, by the way? Frankie James says, just sorted WhatsApp one. Had to link devices. It's all going on. Frankie says, yes, great. Perfect. Thank you very much. Forward down the line, there's Krzyzanowski. Can't keep it in, though. I'm assuming it was good news as well regarding Mikulek and his reserve game that he played on his comeback to fitness. I've not heard anything negative about it, so fingers crossed it all went well. I'm pretty sure if it hadn't, we would have heard something. So, well, that's a foul throw. You never get them, though. Lelyveld, centre field, plays the ball into the box. He was trying to get some space for a shot then. He's good enough. Little 1-2 with Kaziemka. Do you know that early penalty that Pruszkow gave away? They're looking a little bit, not timid, but a little bit hesitant at making challenges in the penalty area now. Rightly so. You don't want to be going 2 down to penalties so early on. Ball back to Lelyveld. Short pass to Duda. Nice cross comes into the back post. Oh, Redado should have given a shout there to Biedrzycki. Cross comes in. Blimey. That could have gone anywhere. That was a swing and a partial miss by Horonchuk. I mean, as it looks, he did well, but you see, that's the kind of clearance that you see fly past the keeper into the top of the net. Let's get this mobile meat grinder going. Ertahala makes the sign. I don't know what it is, the aeroplane sign. Put it on Biedrzycki's head. Lelyveld, oh, unlucky. That's a preset move and reminiscent of David Beckham to Paul Scholes back in the 90s. Edge of the box. Bosh. Right-footed. No accuracy on it, though, but that would have been a nice finish. Playing it out from the back, Pruszkow. Nice little touch there. Carbo commits the team foul. Referee's not going to get his card out. Need to be careful there, though. Do you know something? It's against Pruszkow. They are one of them teams. I've seen this before. The last 4 games that we have played against Pruszkow, it's 2 wins each. There's not many draws. The last time we played Pruszkow, we pretty much battered them and lost 1-0. And that was at home. So it just goes to show that, yeah, they can dig in and they can get a result. I mean, often in these games, it's a high-scoring game. I think we've had a 6-1 or a 6-2 and a 4. You know, there's usually plenty of goals. The good thing for Wisła is, if Pruszkow had any intention of parking the bus, sitting in there, soak up the pressure, hit us on the break, get a sneaky win, they can't really. They can for now, because there's only 18 minutes gone. But Wisła getting that early goal, especially if we get another one now, they're going to have to come out. Because the home crowd are going to start getting on the back. Which means we could end up getting 4 or 5. Which would be rather nice. Yeah, Krzyzanowski's done really well down that left-hand side. Now that Mikulek's on the comeback trail as well, fitness-wise, there's pressure in there. Mariusz Jop, if Mikulek was fit now on that comeback trail, I don't think that Mariusz Jop would change this team. I don't think he'd bring Krzyzanowski out and put Mikulek in. Chance here for Lelyveld in the penalty area. Does well to keep the ball in there, the fullback. Oh, that'll be a foul. Bernardo just with a little obstruction there. Aguiza said, let the result come next week, Jimmy. Yeah. I don't think it'll come tonight. I've just got a feeling. I've just got a feeling that we will take them to the cleaners. There's no nice way of putting it. Sometimes when Wisła play, especially away, sometimes at home, but especially away, you just get a feeling it's going to be a tricky night. I didn't feel that tonight. When I had a look at the lineup that Pruszkow put out, they've got number 5 on the ball there, Jack, whatever you want to call him. Jack we'll go with. He's got the height and he's got the physicality, but he's not the most mobile, which makes me think Ertahala, Duda if he gets around him, certainly Kaziemka, get past him. It's like an oil tanker trying to turn round. So the cross is coming in from left and right. He is a good asset. However, like I said, not the most mobile. Up front, nothing to fear from Majewski. Decent enough, but nothing that Kutwa with his positional play and Biedrzycki with his height can't deal with. And Siapiela, yeah, once again, not going to create something from nothing. Just steady players, but nothing to be. Oh, chipped across there. Yeah. Nothing to be overly concerned about. You can't take liberties with them. Decent professional footballers, but they've not got that lightning pace that's going to rip you apart like Oliveira for... Who was it he played for? Was it Legnica? No, it wasn't Legnica, I don't think. I can't remember who it was for. But his pace was frightening, blimey. Duda's in round the back here. Puts a low cross in. Chance, it's in. It's there. Krzyzanowski. What a fantastic cross from the right-hand side. What a fantastic cross from the right-hand side. And Krzyzanowski, 2-0 to the Wisla Krakow. The fans, pending like sardines, celebrate. Right, at what score do we start relaxing? 0-2? Definitely no. Definitely, Frankie says yes. Pop. Aguiza. Keep grinding, boys. Keep grinding. What a lovely cross that was from Duda. And the thing is that they are good crosses because there's no point with the height, unless it's pinpoint. Jack will just clear them up. But when I was talking about his ability to turn, it's like an oil tanker. He wasn't even in the shot there. But that lovely cross coming in from the right-hand side is a good height. Because it takes his... Kutwa coming across there, tidying up. Ertahala can't get hold of it. Neither can Redardo. But the danger's cleared just for now. Yeah, it's a good cross, that, because it negates the height advantage. Aguiza. Pardon me. Did you manage to see any of the short videos we did with the off-field stuff going on, with the new signings and what have you. Because today it's official now. We'll go through it a little bit more at half-time. But Irvin Omic, he's put pen to paper. He is an extract class of player. Definitely. Kaziemka coming down the right-hand side. Like I said, more about that at half-time. 24 minutes gone. Little foul there from Kaziemka. Yeah, you're not going to get away with that one. He's been getting a lot of press time, hasn't he, over in Poland, Kaziemka. Keep your hands off. He's a Wisla Krakow player. Agiza says, yes, they were very good. You're my man on the inside. Yeah, more about it at half time. I want to ask you something about that. Cleared up at the back by Wisła with Biedrzycki. Yeah, about the funding and what have you. I've not done the maths myself yet, but yeah, I'm not saying I smell a rat, but there's certainly a faint whiff of fish. But hey, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. I'll explain more at half-time. Working hard, Wisła, to win that second ball. Ooh, need to be careful there, Duarte, sliding in like that. Pulled out at the last minute. Hopefully Piotr will be in tonight as well from New York. He might have some info as well. I find it just so difficult finding info out though because of the language barrier. My Polish is awful. Anybody watching who's Polish tonight? Dzień dobry, nie mówię polski, angielski, dziękuję bardzo. Actually, looking at the time, dobry wieczór. But we are going to work on our Polish for sure. Tack. Kaziemka trying to come down the right hand side. Good sliding tackle there. It'll be a throw in to Wisła. Pruszkow 0, Wisła 2. An early penalty for that man Radado on 5 minutes. And then a lovely finish at the back post by Krzyżanowski. After a nice cross from Duda down this right hand side. They're just winning every second ball at the moment, Wisła. I get the feeling that Pruszkow are kind of hanging on a little bit. Right, don't do anything silly, Broder. That's all right. Nice touch from Lelyveld. That's unlucky there, trying to get that ball to Duarte in down that right-hand channel. Just a little bit too much on it. Play some nice football, Pruszkow, but to be honest, it's a bit toothless. And that ball over the top there to Duarte makes it, oh my word. Oh, keeper got a faintest of touches. I was waiting for the offside flag to go up. It looked close. It looked, no, he was played on. He had that much space and the keeper got the merest of touches putting it past that right-hand post. Number 5 there, Jack. You see what I mean with that turn? As soon as the ball or the play goes past him, he's pretty much out the game. He needs everything happening in front of him. If I know that, you can bet Mariusz Jop knows that, and you can bet Wisła will have been planning to get these runs in behind, as we've just seen there from Duarte. Ertahala swings one in. Biedrzycki just can't get his head onto it. Long range shot comes in from Duda. High wide and not very handsome, but that nothing wrong with that. Once it's broke down, we don't want to get broke on. So, yeah, we'll reset now. Poor kick from the keeper there. Playing themselves into trouble, Pruszkow. Not doing themselves any favour. No foul by Harley. He tripped up on his own foot. I'm not surprised Harley looked a little bit bemused by that decision, but the referee, and yeah, right smile on your face, young man, because you got away with one there. What do you think? Is this a... Oh no, they're not going to show it. They're going to show the goal from Krzyzanowski at the back post. Didn't panic, did he? Side-footed it with power. As Mickey Flanagan would say, bosh. Bosh. Feeling in a right good mood tonight with this. Don't ruin it for me, Wisla. Ball down that left-hand channel. Just couldn't take it in, Ronaldo there. Tight space, tight space. Frankie James says, bosh. Without the C between the S and the H, but we'll forgive you. We know you're dyslexic. That's going to be a free kick down that right-hand side. Cutworth can't quite understand why that's been given. Come on, boys, concentrate. Concentrate. Look at that possession for Wisla, 67%. Trying to hold a higher line here, just above the penalty area. Above the penalty spot, sorry. Cross comes in. And then shot wide of the post. Dangerous free kick that came in. They've got some height. Once again. Have Pruszkow. CPL there. He's got to be well over 6 foot, hasn't he? That came in. He had a good chance there. Didn't really get any contact on it. Playing it out from the back. Trying to get in behind now, but the overlap from Duarte, it doesn't quite come off. Referee didn't have a clue or the assistant on that far side, so straight away, let's give it to the defending team, as they always do. Chance here with the overlap from LiveFootball. He's played it. Hit it. Oh, he should have just hit it. He's got the power and the accuracy. Oh, free kick given away. Well, where's the free kick here? I didn't see that. That'll be a free kick to Wisla. We're in a dangerous place. Brechke there giving... yeah, he's not happy with that. Hey, you can't put your arm around a player like that and not to get away with it. The referee's quite right. Too far out for a shot. Too far out for a shot, is it? Ronaldo doesn't think so. He's lining one up. The keeper's expecting it. Yeah, decent enough on target. At least he worked the keeper. That's the main thing. Keeper was up to it. That's the only thing. It was a little bit too far out, which gave him time. 33.5 minutes gone in this first half. Pruszkow 0, Wisla Krakow 2. A 5th minute penalty from Ronaldo. Followed up by a lovely side-footed a side-footed pass into the net from Krzyżanowski. It was nothing more. Pruszkow on the attack here, cleared by Carbo. Nothing wrong with that. Ball's back in play quickly though. Ridardo's been dumped on the floor. Referee will get his card out there. Straight away the ref will get... Yeah, quite right as well. Quite right. Just knew he'd been done there. That cross-check. Left Ridardo on the floor. Blimey, straight down from his knee to his shin. That's a nasty one, that. That's a nasty one. Let's hope it's just one of them painful ones and nothing more. CPL here it was who they've given the yellow card to. Must have missed something there. Wouldn't be the first time. God blimey, you've got to have a look at that. Why is VAR not having a look? Yeah, it was CPL. His eyes lit up there. I mean, the ball's gone. Yeah, yellow card. Yellow card bordering on red, but I think you'll get away with that one, especially when you're playing at home. Let's hope Wisla are concentrating. Don't get knocked out of your stride. Right, Biedrzycki, don't go back to Broder. That's perfect. Perfect. Long ball down the channel when you're under pressure. Use the pace of Kaziemka. Nothing wrong with that. Be quite happy to get in at half time now with a 2-0 lead. They put a lot of effort in this first half, chasing the ball of Pruszkow. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going at half-time and Wisla are pushing towards 70% possession. Ertehal has been left on the floor now. Lelyveld lets it go out. No, I just fell into him there. Nothing sinister in that. Just a little bit clumsy. Making me nervous. Making me nervous playing it about at the back just before half time. Worked out though, because they've not pressed as a, they've not done a full court press, as the saying goes. So Wisla have played around them. Duda with a nice turn there now. Options down the left and the right. He goes down the right to Kaziemka, who's got acres of space to run into. Cuts inside. Lelyveld will probably let that go. Yeah, let it go for a corner. Danger down the right hand side once again for Wisla. Let's get a poll going. Wisla getting promoted. Let's see if we can get... corner comes in from the right-hand side. It's a deep one. Oh, put it in. Biedrzycki with a head. He headed it back into the mixer. Redardo tried the spectacular overhead kick. It bounced up nicely. I'm not sure if that was going in or not. The big lump Jack got in the way. Then it was hoofed over the crossbar. That's another corner. There's a poll going. This we're getting promoted this season. Ertahala swings it in again. Near post. It's headed clear by Jack. Jack, no surprise there. You've got to be pushing 7 foot tall. This we're recycling it though. Redardo trying to bulldoze his way through there. Finally it gets hoofed clear. And Broder will come out in his bright purple lucky goalkeeping top. So a goalkeeping kit. So we'll let him off for that. Not that I'm superstitious or anything, but when it comes to Wisła, I'll take anything. Go through the Wisła subs at half-time. I've not seen the bench. I saw Joseph Colley warming up. Nice ball to Krzyżanowski. Lucky with his touch really there. Spread it wide to Duarte, who's come over on this right-hand side with Kaziemka. Kaziemka in the penalty area. Nice turn there. Gets away from the defender. Pulls it back to Carbo. Carbo. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Ha 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 ha. Jimmy. Do you know what that deserves? Frankie James and De Geezer. I've just twigged because I'm doing a few things at once here. So Frankie says, talk nicely to them, get a poll going. A geezer, who is of, shall we say, Polish descent, says, very cheeky, ma'am. And Frankie James, just realising what she's said, because I know Frankie James, I think I'm so funny. I know I'm not. Oh, I think you are, Frankie. So funny. And the fact that I didn't get what you was talking about deserves a... No. Hey, Jimmy. Oh, dear me. Jimmy. Jimmy. Blah, blah, blah. Pruszkow coming down the left-hand side. That's an obstruction there by... He's going to get booked, isn't he? Yeah, Biedrzycki. He gets booked there. This makes me nervous now. Hagiza, you know why this makes me nervous. Biedrzycki on a yellow card in the first half of a match. Slightly prone to a red card, isn't he? He's prone to a red card. I mean, yeah, he just cut across him. He cut across him. There's that beautiful building. I don't know what it is, but it is pretty stunning. I'm sounding ever so cultured, aren't I? Could be danger here. They've got the height. That'll do from Broder. Put it behind for a corner. Yeah, trying to catch him out there. Majewski with the shot. He's let his hair grow since the photo opportunity. A flash goal was put up, that's for sure. He's aged a little bit as well. I mean, that's just poor from Pruszkow. They might recycle the ball, but that's just a poor effort. Chance for a shot, though. Dragged it wide. Danger averted. A geezer says, sounds like you're United coming through. Same old with the Red Devils. Better performance, but we're in a results business, aren't we? And although the performance was better, still nil point. Nice to see him. Nice to see Wisla going long from that goal kick coming up to half time. 4 minutes added on at the end of this first half. Yemka trying to come down the right hand side. He's got the... Oh! He's either going to book Yemka for diving, or is it on the right on the edge of the box? No. No, he... Well, Sokol, he's been given the card. How close was this to a penalty? How close was the... Oh, no. No, it was the angle. A good yard outside, actually. Gordon Bennett, Jimmy, get your eyes sorted. Contact outside the box, yeah. So just a yellow card. Agiza says, much better, but unlucky. On the bright side, Anana will start next game. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Break the bank and get Donnarumma. I'd sooner have Baindir in goal anyway than Anana, but let's see what happens here with Redardo. Fires one low. That's gone anywhere. It's in. It's in. It's over the line. That was over the line. Surely that was over the line. It's in. It was over the line. I mean, it was a pinball goal. It was a pinball goal. The referee, I'm waiting. The Wisla Ultras, they're celebrating. So it was a low. Blimey. I mean, is it in? Oh, did it come off Duarte's arm? I'm hanging fire with the party poppers here because I've got a feeling that came off Duarte's arm. This'll tell us. This'll tell us. Oof. No, it won't. What do we think? What do we think? Are we going with the goal? We're going with the goal. The geezer says I'd take Husky tea, lady. 3-0 to Wisla. That's what we wanted before half time. The geezer, we can relax a little bit now. Just a little bit. The only thing that's got me a little bit nervous is that yellow card for Biedrzycki, but I think he's getting better once he's on a card at managing the game. Oh, no, what's going on here now? Is the referee going over to say it was handball? Or what's... No. They're having another look at it. Nothing the defender could do there. Nobody's offside. No, it came off his midriff. Nothing wrong with that. I certainly don't need to try and stuff the party popper back in. What a good start to this match for Wisla. This is what we wanted. A geezer said something. I'd take a Husky tea, lady. A geezer said something earlier on. in live chat, which was basically, don't let up. Let's get the 6. Let's get the 7. Let's get that goal difference. Let's put that fear into teams where before we go, get it into the head that, blimey, we don't want a 6 or 7-0 thumping like Pruszkow got. Let's just, let's not go gung ho. Let's keep it tight. That's the kind of mindset that we want to be putting into teams before we even kick a ball. The fact that they look at who their opponents are, doesn't happen like this, but you get what I'm saying. They'll look at who their opponents are next week and think, oh my God, it's Wisla Krakow coming. We'd better up our defensive games. Who are we what we're going to do on crosses, what we're going to do on corners, and start worrying about us. And all the time they're worrying about us, they're not concentrating on their game and going forward. There's going to, from what I've seen so far, here's the early penalty from Ronaldo that calmed everybody's nerves. Next up, we've got a lovely cross from the right-hand side through that corridor of uncertainty to Krzyzanowski coming in at the back post with a nice side foot pass into the goal. That's all it was. Didn't thrash at it, didn't panic, just confidence. And then this final goal, it's the ball's pinging around like a pinball machine, and it came in off Duarte's thigh, it looked like. But they all count. No doubt he'll claim it. What's that possession for Wisła? 66%. 66%. They've been under the pump in that first half, have Pruszkow. Right, let's have a little bit of peace and quiet. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat about, first of all, a geezer. I'd take a husky tea lady. Then he's saying, come on, lads, you're making Jimmy nervous. Do you know something, a geezer? If we can get through that first 10 minutes in the second half, you know what yeah, Frankie James, husky tea lady. Tickled me as well, that. Just get comfortable. In the second half, we often come out and we're a little bit slow, still in picking the bits of orange out of our teeth and getting rid of the taste of tea. We don't always switch on straight away. If we can do that in this second half, I would be tempted, I know I've said it before, but if I was Mario Shop, get 10-15 minutes in, and if Biedrzycki is still on the pitch, I'd be tempted to bring, that reminds me, we've got to go through Wisła's substitutes. Frankie James says, Jimmy, I think we need to swap your chair for a commode. Not tonight you don't, because I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm feeling pretty confident that we're not going to get Pruszkow back in this game. Definitely could have done with a commode against Chicha. Definitely could have done with a commode last time out against Grodzisk. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. They certainly made us work for it in the emotion stakes, that is for sure. But, oh, that's what I was doing. Substitutes bench for Wisła. So we have gone with Joseph Colley. Grudgik's on the bench. Did well when he came on last week. He fitted straight in down that left-hand side and looked confident. We've got Igbakim, Kavala, Lisicki, Lakievic's reserve keeper. Nick Arge is on the bench, a geezer, as is Stazak and Sukiniki. I have a feeling that Sukiniki is going to have to up his game when he comes on, and it's nothing to do with the goal we conceded last week, the second goal for Grodzisk, where ultimately he gave it away. It was then compounded with a loose pass from, I think it was Cabo Belapart. They got a corner. They're back in the game at 3-2. All came from that looseness and a lack of concentration from Sucky Nicky. He needs to cut that out of his game. He needs to cut that out of his game because he's got, chomping at his heels now, new signings that are coming in. We know that before this game kicked off now, Omic has put pen to paper. We knew that was coming last night. There's no way, and that's why I did the video. Frankie was going to do that video last night, and it didn't quite work out, so that's why I ended up doing it. But when we were talking about it, there's no way that Yaroslav Kralevsky is going to put on his personal page this big write-up about how we've been putting a lot of time and effort. We've been chasing Irvin Omic for a long time. Big write-up about him, and he was the next big thing, wasn't he, in Juventus's under-21 squad coming through. He also had the opportunity to go to other clubs, and he's chosen to come to Wisła. That says to me that explains a little bit more why Radado stayed. Geezer says, maybe a commode with seat belts. Yeah, I know. I get a bit fidgety. Frankie James, for sure, Velcro his trousers. I've not got trousers on. I've got my shorts on. It's scorchy. Geezer says they could probably afford to sub the yellow card early. Well, I would. I certainly would. Maybe, I think what he'll do, I don't think he will, because I think that sends out the wrong message. It sends out the wrong message to Biedrzycki. It basically says we've no confidence that you're not going to get a yellow card and get sent off. It also sends a message out to our opponents of future games where they think, right, get after Biedrzycki, let's get him on a yellow card early. They're basically then going to be playing with 3 at the back instead of 4 because Biedrzycki is not going to be putting them challenges in, even though we know he will. It's just in him, isn't it? He won't think, I better not do that because I'm on a yellow card. I think he's getting better at tempering that enthusiasm, shall we say, but he will never stop that I must get the tackle in. I just don't think he can do that. And I don't want him to. The idea is that you're a professional. You know how much effort to put into the tackle and you know when to stay on your feet. He was a little bit unlucky with the yellow card, but I don't think he can complain too much because, it was a clear obstruction. So I would give him 10 minutes, 15 tops, and then I'd get Joseph Colley on. Maybe Joseph Colley. Maybe do we want to see what Grujic can do? Do we want to? If we're 3 goals to the good, do we bring Grujic on? Frankie James says, I struggle to pronounce the names, so do I. I just, there's an old saying, Frankie, if you can't fight, wear a big hat. So I just act as though I've said it correctly and move on. But, so don't worry about that, just give it a go. Frankie says she'll be right back. So, yeah, that's what I would do at half-time if I was Mariusz Jopp. So, yeah, going back to Omic, yeah, and we did it in the video that we put out last night, and it's what Wisła have said, this team they are building now, this is not to win the Betclic one, although that's kind of... one doesn't go without the other. This team is being built to play in the Ekstraklasa, the Polish Premier League. That's what's happening now with Wisła. Obviously, you need to get promotion. I don't care how we get promotion. It'd be nice to go up as champions. It'd be nice to go up, if we have to, second place. Ultimately, if we had to go through the playoffs, I don't think my cardiac arrest machine would be... I'd have to have it on standby. But as long as we get promotion this way, this season, that's what this team is being built for. We've got Zimmerman, that's going to be an imminent signing. We look with Avril Geiger. He's already chosen his number. You know, he's number 34. We're building this squad. We've got tonight. We've got Ardit Nikaj on the bench. I'd like to see if Wisla can get sort of another goal pretty early, ideally too. But if we can get another goal pretty early, I'd like to see Ridado taken off 60 minutes. Let's rest them legs up. Let's keep him fresh. Let's put Ardit Nikaj on. Let's see what he can do with Ertahala up front. There's also, we've got Kavala. We've got Kavala, who's he's kind of hanging around the first team now, and what can he produce for us? Just looking at I just want to look at, he's a young lad, 18 years old. He's got the one appearance so far. And that was, he just came on and played 5 minutes, didn't he? But in that 5 minutes, he looked pretty sharp. You know, look, I can remember it now. He was looking to put himself about. I don't mean physicality wise. I mean looking for space and making himself available. So for me, if we can get to 60 minutes, let's give Kavala a chance. Could he play? Do we need Ertahala with Kavala? Do we need Ertahala to play with Ardit Nikaj? Or do we have that option to play Ardit Nikaj and Kavala? I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you because we haven't seen enough of them. We saw Ardit Nikaj come on for about, was it 15 minutes? He looked a bit bulky, didn't look fully fit. He's a bulky bloke anyway, but he just looked like he was carrying a kilo too much. Maybe he's got his fitness levels up, but could that be a partnership of Kavala and Ardit Nikaj? I don't know. I don't think anybody does really until we see him on the field and we see how they play. Obviously, Mario Shop knows, he sees them in training, so we've got to take him. You know, got to take his opinion and his stance of how he's going to play them two players along with Ertahala and Ridado. It makes total sense now why Zwolinski went. Agiza says, exactly, take the opportunity to rest players when we can. It's a long season. Yeah, it is a long season, mate. And it's a long season, but it's not as long as last season was because we've not had the European campaign at the start of this 25-26 season, and I think last season that took a little bit out of Wisla, little bit of a distraction. Obviously, we picked up the injury early to Joseph Colley when he did his Achilles. I think that was away was it in Bruges? I can't. Cercle Bruges, it might have been somewhere. I forget. But players are just coming out at the start of this second half, and yeah, so yeah, totally agree, mate. If we can get to 60 minutes, take off Ridado, take off Biedrzycki. We've also got the chance now to, with Geiger, we've also got the chance to start resting Lelyveld, because obviously Jarac is out. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a quick return for Jarac, which is unfortunate, really. That is unfortunate. I've just got to check my email. Wisla also, the news came out, we'll go through this tomorrow. We'll probably have we'll probably have another video coming out about the signings. I want to know, obviously, we'll get the confirmation that Irvin Omic has signed. I want to know what's going on with the other players that are in Krakow. Zimmerman, get pen to paper. And also, the first round of the Cup, we play Odrabite. More about that the draw for the Cup later. Right, just get rid of that little bit of housekeeping, and we're good to go for the second half. Lisicki's come on at half-time for Biedrzycki. Right, so he's obviously been listening to us, has Mariusz Jopp. He's obviously been listening to us. Did well in that first half as well, Biedrzycki. Did nothing wrong. It's just a case of, let's make sure we don't do anything silly. And I'm going to go with 15 minutes and we start taking off Redado. Just in... also a couple of substitutions here for Pruszkow. They're substitutes. Remiss of me not to go through them, really. Struh has made the changes at half-time. Substitutes were back. Brzyziak, Kaprowski, Larenk, Mack. Do you know Mitsal, Moskovic, Novakovsky and Tabara? You know, Mitsal, when he played last season, didn't have a bad season for Pruszkow. Little bit of a menace when he comes on, puts himself about. So we are underway. Wisła kicking from right to left, as you can see in white. We'll get to see more of that beautiful building this half, because that's the end that Wisła are attacking. That's optimism for you. Just seeing if there's any change in formation. Little change in formation at the start of this second half. Ertahaler had dropped in a little deeper there, and Duda was playing... whether that's just the way that passage of play worked out. Almost looked as though Ertahaler and Duda had switched positions. So Duda just playing in behind Redado. Pruszkow down this right-hand side. Krzyżanowski comes across. Did well to get the cross. Oh, my word. You won't get an easier. You will not get an easier. Absolute sitter early on. Lelyeveld sleeping at the back post. What was he doing there? What on earth was Kazimierczak doing? That's an absolute gift for Wisła. That should have been 1-3. Lovely cross from the right-hand side. I thought Krzyżanowski I thought Krzyżanowski had done enough there, but the winger got the cross in. I don't think Lelyeveld thought that cross was coming in, and he was kind of caught on his heels a little bit. To miss that, that's an absolute gilt-edged chance. And as usual, everything the coaches said at half-time, let's get down the byline, let's get the cross in, let's... The first two parts of the triad came in well. Get down the byline, get the cross in. It was just that final piece of the puzzle. Put the ball in the back of the net. 9 times out of 10 in training, that ball goes in. So as we were saying before half-time, Wisla need to switch on early. On the attack here, crossed into Ridardo, tried laying it to Ertahala. Heavy touch though. Maybe that'll make Wisla switch on a little bit. Not done any shout-outs yet. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping the notifications bell. If you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be superb. If you can share the stream with your friends, even better. Wisla, Kaziemka, edge of the box, scuff shot, into Ridardo, lucky goal. We'll take it! We'll take that! Do you know, a geezer? The Wisla Ultras are there celebrating. A geezer, what would we have given for that? In that playoff match when the ball would just not go in. Just wouldn't go in. And yet you look at this, a brace on the night so far for Ridardo. Give us one of them, Ridardo. Give us one of them. It came from Kaziemka cutting in. It was kind of a bit of a scuffed cross, really. Duarte's offside, but not involved. And it just found its way through to Ridardo. And you know what Ridardo said? Jimmy! He said, Jimmy, get the poppers ready. Not them kind of poppers either. Get your mind out the gutter. Have a bit of that. Amy. Right. Frankie James says pop. Agiza says, exactly, take the opportunity to rest players. We did that before half time. Agiza says, won't take it. I'll eat it here. Frankie says, pop, yes. Right. Do you know the only problem now that sounded a bit flat? Pop. I can't do another one. It's like being back in the gas house. Need my NBC suit on and my respirator. Agiza says, you brought the... You brought the playoff poppers from last season. Yeah, they've gone a bit stale because we never got to use them. I know where you're going with that one, mate. What we could have done with that, just that little bit of luck. But it's history. We move on. We go forward. Frankie finds that funny. That man again, Kaziemka. Down that right-hand side, cutting inside. He can go either way, can't he? Can't give Ridardo that little bit of luck, though. He's not going to... Well, that's what I was saying before as well. Now he's on a brace. Will Marius Shop. Little ball over the top to Lelyveld. Will Marius Shop be reluctant to bring him off? Because he's on a hat-trick, isn't he? If he gets a hat-trick now, bring him off. Do you know, I also want to see what Kavala can do. I want to see what Ardit Nikaj can do. And let's be honest, at four goals to the good, we should not be giving up any points here. Not saying you won't give a goal up. There'll be a spell in this game where Pruszkow will, maybe they'll have 5-10 minutes where they'll put Wisla under pressure. It always happens. Little trip there on Kutwa. They will have a little spell. Maybe Wisla will just take it a little bit easy and try and rest some legs and invite Pruszkow into the game. But I want to see what Ardit Nikaj can do. I want to see what Kavala can do. Into the box, Krizanovsky pulls it back to Ertahala. It's all too easy for the number 7 from Wisla Krakow, who we got on free from Churcher. What were they doing letting him go? What were they doing letting him go? I'm going to run out of poppers. We're going to be running out of poppers at this rate. Absolutely. Krizanovsky, he just literally, he's so calm, isn't he, when he gets in this position? And what a good finish What a good finish again. Just a side-footed pass into the net. No panic. No panic. Just pass it in there. And there he is, Mr. When he first came, I wasn't overly happy with that. I've got to be honest, and I openly said it. A good, solid player. But is he going to light up the Betclic one? He hadn't done. But he's certainly thriving since he came to Wisla Krakow. That is for sure. The geezer says, from my lips to God's ear, O ye of little faith. Duarte. Looking for Ertahaler again. Awful clearance. Duda trying to put one in the corner there, past the keeper. Oh, my word. This could get, if they're not careful here, Pruszkow, this could get real ugly. I mean, 5 is not good. 6 would be, yeah, it's getting there. Once you get to 7, it's a real thumping. I've had this discussion before with people, and I always said the difference between 6-0 and 7-0, it's only 1 goal difference, but it's massive. It is massive. Well done, Lasicki, on the ball. Don't give it away. Cool as you like there. Cool as you like from Duda. Back on the ball now. Goes through. Luckily there. Nice ball to Kaziemka. It comes across. Ertahaler couldn't get on. It's with Krzyzanowski. It's crossed back. Kaziemka puts one to the back post. Too high for Krzyzanowski. Good effort again from Wisła. Penny for your thoughts, mate. A penny for your thoughts. What is going through Struha's mind there, the coach of Pruszkow? He's probably thinking it's going to be a long season. Getting decent support. A few empty seats, but bottom of the league, not playing well. Wisła come to town. They probably knew what was going to happen, but Geezer says, although I did say 5 or 6, could be 9 or 10. It could be. It genuinely could be. Do you know what? There's also a red card in Pruszkow, and I tell you why, because someone will not want to be out there, and they'll just take a red to get out of it. I've seen it before with players. So we'll keep our goal difference as high as we can. Put that fear of the Almighty into teams that Wisła's coming to town, or you're going to the Fortress Henrik Raymonta Stadium, which Geezer says, what's going through his head? A mighty wind, Jimmy. A mighty wind. Mate, you're on form tonight. What's going on? Getting very not lyrical, because that would be singing. Very articulate, mate. Very articulate. You're bringing a more highbrow element to Catch It Live First, the Wisla streams. It won't come from me, but no, I thank you for that. I forgot what I was saying then. Oh, yeah, I know what I was saying. Just see what happens here with Wisła. Referee lets play go on there. Quick look at the stats. All over the top. Too much on it though, and that'll be a throw into Wisła down the right-hand side. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Wisła's next home game is already a sellout. So, I think it's against Slask. Already a sellout. I think there was some seats If you wanted to go, I think there was some seats left in the VIP section, which is around 250 zloty. But the rest of it, it's sold out already. Lovely finish there from her to Harla. Agiza says, it's probably because the sun is over the yard arm. If the sun's over the yard arm, will you be partaking in a wee dram of celebration? A little bit of palinka or a Żywiec or a Chiski? A duże pivo. Just jeden. Just jeden. No. What I did before this game, I got five party poppers out. Am I going to need to restock the table? Some Champions League football on tonight, qualifications matches. If this game hadn't been on, cleared by Ronaldo there from the throw-in. If this game hadn't been on, we'd have been doing the football special, all the goals from around the UK and Europe as they go in. But obviously, Wisla Krakow takes priority. After the game, we will go through all the results from tonight's matches. In fact, I might do it as I think I'll do that as a separate video, so as not to... Jesus, that's a pre-existing condition, mate. Frankie says yes. Frankie will be on the champagne. She'll be celebrating. Substitution there for Pruszkow. Back on, and Kazimierczak, apologies for the butchering, has gone off. Right, we're coming up to 60 minutes now, guys. Are we going to see any changes from Mariusz Jop? Is he going to leave Ronaldo on to get his... You don't want Ronaldo getting a hat-trick, let's be honest. We don't want any more, regardless of what Yaroslav Krylewski has said, we don't want him getting the headlines a hat-trick. We just don't. Keep people away. I mean, 2's going to be bad enough. You can see the headline, brace for Ronaldo. Anyone who's sniffing around, they'll be there. Another corner for Wisla down the right-hand side. Right, 60 minutes. Take him off. The geezer, if you had the choice now, if Ronaldo went off, who would you rather see come on so you can have a look at him? Would you rather see Ardit Nikaj or would you rather see Kavala? If it was me, I want to see Ardit Nikaj. Keeper goes long and early. Look at the number of Wisla players back there, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. That's good to see that. And it's good to see because we didn't always see that coming towards the end of last season. Now, there's competition for places and good competition for places. No switching off. Lovely from Kaziemka, that. Carbo is playing like Michael Carrick used to do at Manchester United. Just holding it all together. Pinging the ball around. Perfect example. Lovely sweeping pass to Krzyzanowski down this left-hand side. Back into Duarte. That's a free kick. You're not going to get away with that. He's pulled it. He had a handful of his shots. Someone send him. There you go. That's a good tackle, dude. Don't let him get away with that. How did the referee not see that handful of shots? Agiza. For me, I think I would like to see a husky tea lady. Right, we are going to get a change. We're going to get Suki and Nikki on for Duarte, which is normally them two playing together, but he's going to leave. So he's going to leave Kaziemka on that far side. Right, what a geezer. What have I missed with what's the husky tea lady? What am I missing? Just think if she scored. Right, go on, explain it to me like I'm a blah, blah, blah. I'm not too proud to ask silly questions, mate. Just ask Frankie. When we have meetings, if I don't understand what's being said, I just say, I haven't got a clue what you're on about. Can you explain it in a different way? And you see other people's faces going, thank God someone said it, because I didn't have a clue either. Pruszkow trying to come down this right-hand side. Cross comes in. Broder does well there. Frankie James, get on, Agiza. Well, you explain it to me then, Frankie. It's all going over my head. Kaziemka on the right. Nice ball into Radado. First touch let him down a little bit there, but he was stretching. Agiza, I was just trying to type. I was just going to type, ask Frankie. Frankie, what's a husky tea lady? Big Bakeem. Nice little pass too. I didn't see who else came. I saw Duarte come off. Carbo's on there. Has Duda come off with Duarte? And Anna. Frankie James says, on fire, my friend. It's all going over Jimmy's head. It's all going over Jimmy's head. Timmer! Blah, blah, blah. Right, let's get... do like South Park. Good thing about never growing up. Who else came... oh, Ertahala came off. Ertahala came off with Radado. Right, shut up, Jimmy. What are you talking about? Duarte's come off. Frank says, I just have to put the guarding light on. Can't see a darn thing. I can't see who came off. Another free kick to Wisła. Carbo left on the floor. I saw Duarte come off and Suki Nicky come on and Igbakeem. But Dude is still on there and Carbo. So who else came off? Who else came off? Suki Nicky needs to perform. Because otherwise he's gonna start struggling to get a place. Cross comes in there. Headed well clear. Oh my word. Carbo there drilled one in. I don't think it was far wide, this. He was just loitering at the edge of the penalty area as he does. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Pruszkow in down the left-hand side here. Chance to break on Wisła. Pulled back. Cleared by Suki and Nicky. Didn't get a lot of distance on it, but did enough. That's Kaziemka's on the far side. Who went off? It was Ertahala. Long ball over that right-hand side looking for Duda. Kaziemka through the middle. Just ran out of a little bit of legs there. Frankie James says, a wee dram, love it. If you hear a crash, it's just me looking for the light. The geezer says, I would take a tea, lady, instead of a nana, remember? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Right. Chance here for Pruszkow. What can they do? Oh, lovely tackle there from Lisicki getting back. Just got a big mosquito landing on my screen. So it was Ertahala who's come off. One second, I've got an intruder now. I left my door open. It's the size of a horse. This were down that right-hand side. It's with Duda. Igby came edge of the box, tried driving in there, but a loose touch. Ridardo's backtracking. I wonder if... This is the best passage of play of the match so far for Pruszkow. That wasn't so good, but they've won a throw-in down that left-hand side. I'm just wondering, let's quick look at the stats. I would take a tea, lady, instead of a nana, remember. My memory's shocking. I've got all these buttons here I'm pressing and what have you. It's a lot for my brain. Long throwing coming in from the left. Cutwa with a good hoofed clearance. Chance here for Sucky and Nicky now. This is where... Oh, he slipped over. Unlucky, but... Right, play the pass. Perfect. Krizanovski back into the centre. Headed clear. This is where Sucky and Nicky in the past... That simple pass he made there was perfect. Here we go. Here we go. Cavala's coming on. Ridardo's going to be going off. Now I'm going to find that intruder. Why we're going to have a... Why are we going to have a bit of a break for this change? So we're going to see Duda up front playing in just behind Kavala. Pruszkow are going to make a change as well. I always get the feeling Sucky Nick is going to do something really good. And I'm still waiting for it to happen. It's frustrating. Corner to Wisla. Oh, referee's giving a free kick. Don't argue, mate. Don't argue. Don't argue. Got a massive box of party poppers here as well. Obviously, being really hopeful. So there we are. Lisicki takes over the captain's armband from Ridardo. Well done, that man. He'll make the headlines again and it'll keep people sniffing around him. Makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. Right, where's that intruder gone? Tell you what I'll do, I have a look for it. We'll go full screen up here. Right, where have you gone, you little piglet? You can go out. I've got a great big whopping. Keep your mind out the gutter. Intruder. Where have you gone? Come on, I'll find you. Come on, where are you? Because when I lock my door, I don't want to be locking you in here. Door. Hopefully that'll help. He's gone somewhere. Hiya. Where have you go? I'll have to get Frankie on the job later. Hee. Mine's out the gutter again. What's wrong with you? Don't know where it is. I'll find it. It's a big mother though, and if that flies around and catches you in the boat race, you'll know all about it. So let's see what Kavala can do now. So the dude is playing in that more advanced position now. Cross comes in from the right. Got some youth in this team as well, a geezer. I know when we were talking a while ago about the average age of the squad, it's coming down. Sorry, I should have muted my mic then while I took a drink. Floated into the box there, but easily cleared. Igbekin getting back, doing some defensive work. Nicely done. It's with Lisicki. Krizanovsky. Agiza, do you know, last night, Agiza says the age is good for the club's future. It definitely is. Long ball out to Kuziemka. First touch was, it was tight though there, so we'll let him off with that. He's put a good shift in tonight as the 18-year-old. I think Mariusz Jop as well. This is the kind of game where you want to get 90 minutes into Kuziemka. Oh, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, mate. That's the coach of Pruszkow. Agiza, or anybody for that matter, with the arrival of Omic, where does Krizanovsky's wrong side here? Yeah, poor. That's just poor. Right idea, just poor execution. Just looking a bit tired as well now, Pruszkow. They've done a lot of chasing around. Had players over there. Shouldn't have took the shot in hindsight. Easy sat in a chair here, but I mean, they had an overlap at the back. Two players overlap there. Where does now with Omic coming? I'm not talking about probably till mid-September. But where does Igbekin fit into Mariusz Jop's plans? Because we're going to have a plethora of midfield players. Unless there's going to be... We need to do a video on it, really. There's plenty of stuff to talk about. And the more I think about it, well done by Kavala holding the ball up there. Lays it out to Kuziemka. Straight into the middle. No, they're going to play it back. Oh, my word. Right. I'll tell you what. A geezer. It's almost like somebody's listening. Where does Igbekim fit in this team now that Omic has come? Have a bit of that. That's where he fits in. That's where he fits in. What a goal. I mean, come on. The keeper has got absolutely no chance. He got his hands to it as well, which was remarkable, but just couldn't keep it out. When going back to what I was saying, let's not get sidetracked just because Igbekim has scored that beauty. Stazak's coming on for Duda. Good to see Stazak as well. We've not seen much of him because of his injuries, but it'd be good to see what he can do now. 12 minutes plus added on time. You can bet the referee's not going to have much on at the end of this game, even though they should do, but they don't. Mario Shop looks well pleased with his charge there. Geezer says, another popper shipment for the James house, please. I've got that one covered, mate. I've got a whacking box of them. I'll be carrying them to every Wisla game now. I was just thinking, I'll probably do a video on it and, mention it when we're doing the transfer stuff. Where does Igbekim fit in now that Omic has come in? Omic is that defensive role that Igbekim plays in. But I genuinely think there is, almost in down the side then of Pruszkow, I genuinely think there is a role for Igbekim with the arrival of Omic, and that is the fact that if we had Omic, we have Igbekim, we've got Carbo, and currently, ball over the top there to Kavala, holds it up well, out to Kaziemka. Stazak, edge of the box, out to... Oh, my word, almost an own goal there. Out to Krizanovsky. He put the cross in, and it was that man, Jack, who almost put it in his own goal. Taken quickly by Suki Niki. That Krizanovsky tried turning the full-back there. He's gone down with... might have stood on his foot. I think it's going to give Duda... I've never liked Duda in that holding midfield role. I think he's far better when he's further up the field. So although Omic is going to come in and in theory take a position that Igbekim would have, long throw comes in. Comes to naught, but Vis was still in possession. I think it's going to allow Duda to move more in a more forward position, and you're going to have Igbekim, you're going to have Carbo Belapart, you're going to have Omic. There's no break coming here. Wisla have got numbers back. They'll just look really leggy now, Pruszkow, as you would expect. They've done a lot of chasing tonight. Agiza says, hopefully that box will only last 2 more matches. Frankie says, hopefully that box will only last 2 more matches. Agiza says, it will allow rotation and freshness to the squad. Yeah. But you always have, there's always that first 11, isn't there? There's always that first 11 that you have in your mind on paper. And I had, do you know last night I was just laid in bed and I was thinking, I've done that stream, yeah, it'd be good if Omic signs today, which he has. Fantastic. We got Zimmerman coming. That deal will be pretty much done. We've got Geiger. I just have a little niggling fear. We're going to have Jarrett coming back at some point. We're going to have Alan Uriger coming back at some point. And we're going to have Mikulek coming back. Did I say Mikulek? Oof, unlucky in the side netting. So you've got these new players coming in. You've got 3 players coming in, possibly 4. And then we've got Jarrett who will come back. Mikulek who will come back. We've got Uriger who will come back. The club's doing another change there for Pruszkow. Novakovsky's coming off, head down. It looks dejected, doesn't he? Man, you getting thumped 6-0. That'll do it to you. I just wonder if the team gets upset at some point. Cross comes in, cleared away by Lasicki. Igbekin back to Krzyzanowski, put it down the channel. That'll do. That's what we like, down that channel. All right, it's gone out of play, but it's away from danger. I wonder if the team, if the balance gets upset, if the squad becomes stronger than the team, at what point does the team become unbalanced? Because you're trying to fit players in who are playing well, they're in form, you want them on the pitch. But we've seen this with international teams. Do you know, if you have, let's give you an example. Kavala comes on, scores 2 late goals, and you think, blimey, we want to see him again. He comes on the next time out, scores a brace. At what point do you start thinking he needs to be starting? Who do you drop? Do you look at resting Ronaldo? Do you know what I mean? These are, and then you've got Ardik Nikaj. What if he comes on and he's an absolute sensation? Go on, Kavala. Let's see. Use your strength. He got up again there at least, and doesn't look like he'll get bullied. Offside. So yeah, at what point, having all of these players and squad rotation, I understand it's perfect for longevity as the season goes on, and if we get a cup run, then we could be playing into the 40 games. But at what point do you not then know what your best 11 is? And then you've got to start experimenting with what your best 11 is. Krzyzanowski's in here. Pull it across. Pulls it back to Carbo. A lucky deflection. There we go. What were we saying? Kavala. Is it better to be good or is it better to be lucky? He's both. He's both. He is both. Look at Ronaldo there. He knows. He knows. Oh, well, that's a dud. That's a dud. It's all going off. It's all going off in the studio. I mean, that's just a lucky deflection and in. But the saying goes, it's often better to be lucky than good. And if you can be both, all the better. What would we have given for something like that against Legnica? What would we have given for something like that against Legnica? When you're 6-0 up, your luck's in. We want that luck when it's a 0-0 and we're battering somebody and the ball's coming off the woodwork and... Oh, blimey. God, it does smell like CS gas in here. Whew. So yeah, at Marius Yop, be careful what you wish for. I mean, it's a nice problem to have. Corner down the left-hand side there for Pruszkow. Just a little bit of slackness creeping in. Is that Stazak? We'll let him off. We'll let him off. I mean, the squad that Wisla have got, when you look at it compared to last year. Agiza says, Jesus, I was kidding when I said 9 or 10. Frankie, get on that order. Frank says, we'll do. We'll do. Agiza. Corner comes in from the left. Oh, at the back post. It's just not. Was that's Jack in it? It's just not meant to be. They could have had a couple in this second half. In fact, they should have had at least one within a few minutes, but it wasn't to be. But this is sending a statement out, isn't it? And people will say, Pruszkow, bottom of the league. I don't care whether they're bottom of the league or not. We're away from home. The performance has been good. Pruszkow have not put up much fight, but they've done what they can. I just don't like things like this, getting sloppy at the end of the game there from Lelyveld. Broder wants a clean sheet. We want a clean sheet. Keep that goal difference as high as possible. Agiza says, let me put it this way. I don't care about you starting. I care about where we finish. Yeah, but the problem is, at what point does cross comes in to the back post? Krzyzanowski gets up well there, uses his height. Got plenty of legs still at this stage of the game as well. That looked like it had gone out. Free says play on. At what point does Mariusz Jop have to start experimenting with his team to find out what his best team is? And why he's experimenting? Does that start upsetting Wisła's flow, Wisła's performances? We'll find out. You know, it's a nice problem to have. Kaziemka there using his experience, just holding the ball up, slowing things down. 18 years old, using experience. Frankie James says, absolutely. Yeah, it's a little bit like if you have a couple of bottles of champagne, different makes, and you're not quite sure which is a better one. So you open one, have a couple of glasses, then open another, have a couple of glasses of that one, and you still can't quite make your mind up which is your favourite out of the bottles. But the good thing is, it covers you for injury, it covers you for. Secondly, like was mentioned earlier, a geezer saying keeps players fresh. We've got covers you for injury. So a nice problem to have. Lovely again from Kaziemka. He's just running riot down that right hand side. Cross comes in, keeper does well. Luckily, Jack didn't get a touch on it. But that is sending a statement out. Lisicki floating in at the back post. He wants in on the scoring. There we go. 1 minute of added on time. That's the end. Giza says, these are the type of opponents and scorelines to have those experiments. They are, but what... The problem is, well done Wisła. Let's make... That's a good performance. And the scoreline, I don't think the scoreline flattered Wisła. Couple of bits of luck went their way in that. And you could arguably say there's a couple of goals in there for Pruszkow that they could have had. One, a gilt-edged chance after half-time. But you're still looking at 5-2. So we'll take them 3 points and go back to the top of the league and boost our goal difference. But let's have a little bit of quiet just for a second. Yeah, these are the games... Frankie says, nice win. So Agiza says, these are the type of opponents and scorelines to have those experiments. I agree, and I also disagree. And I'll tell you for what my thoughts are at this stage of the season, and it's probably looking back at Wisla and what they've been capable of and what they've done to us as fans, where they've grabbed defeat from the jaws of victory. Before this game, Agiza says they did not play down to the opponent's level. Great attitude from the squad. 100%. And this is what we've talked about in them videos. There is no switching off now because there's somebody chomping at your heels for your place on that pitch. We've not always had that. Right back's always been a little bit of an issue. When you look at Jaroch, sometimes he'd switch off a little bit. The alternative was David Sok coming on. Sok did all right, but, Jaroch never really was under pressure. He is now. I mean, would you want LiveFootball out of the team to bring Jaroch back in? Some people will, some people won't. LiveFootball's doing really well defensively. Just gets caught out a couple of times switching off at the back post. When he pulls, he gets drawn towards the ball and can leave a player or two players behind him. But that'll come with time. But before this match, would you have trusted Wisla if they'd have started with without Carbo in the midfield, and they'd have started with Stazak? Would you have trusted them to put Kavala up front with Duda playing in just behind, and you leave Radado out and Ertahala? There's the Wisla fans penned in. Top effort, boys. Top effort. Boys and girls, no doubt. But, and well done. Well done to Pruszkow. They've not chickened out. They've not come out with an excuse. They've let the Wisla fans in. I think if we're going to put Kavala on, if we're going to put Stazak on, if we're going to put Ardit Nikaj in at some point, they're either going to have to wait for injuries or they're going to have to wait for... Yeah, nice one. Here we go, boys. Get ready. Get ready for the party popper. Yeah, we're going to have to wait for early goals in a game, put the game to bed early, and I mean, Grujic couldn't get on tonight. Even in defence, Joseph Colley couldn't get on tonight. So there's so much talent in the squad now. I mean, it's just interesting to see what's coming. And don't get me wrong, I'm not fearful of it. I just want to know how Mariusz Jop is going to... How Mariusz Jop's going to deal with this. I want to see how the players are going to deal with it. Because at some point, somebody's going to be unhappy. At some point, somebody is going to be unhappy. And then, we've seen it at other clubs, then that rot can set in. They start giving it all this in the changing rooms and why am I not playing? Why training suffers. And so just got to be careful that we keep on top of morale. Squad rotation, fine, but we need to get that pattern of play. And you can see that the players that we're bringing in, you can see that pattern that Wisla are going for with the players that we're bringing in. If Carbo Belapart gets injured like he did last December, who's going to come in his place? Well, Igbekeem's back. Igbekeem can come in. We're going to have Omic who can come in. I would sooner see Duda further forward. I've always said that. I think with his stature and with his level of ability, I think often he's wasted when he's doing the water carrying work. Get him further up that field. getting further up that field and getting pushing Ertehaler. There's more to come from Ertehaler. I didn't think Ertehaler had this in his locker. From whenever I've seen him in the past at Churcher, he always looked like a steady Eddie. Not so. What he's producing now at Wisła is levels above of what I thought he had. Agiza says, if they become that unhappy, they can give Frankie a call. See what I've done there. Blah, blah, blah. Over my head, mate. She'll explain it all to me later. I'm concentrating on too many things now. Krisanowski's going to be giving an interview. Played well, the left back for Wisła. Man of the match tonight for me. Koziemka. I think down that right-hand side, he just tormented Pruszkow. I know Ronaldo will get the plaudits for the brace that he got. Frankie James says, of course, a geezer. But for me, Koziemka, I was just really, really impressed with him tonight. I think because of the performance he put in, I think he made space in the middle because they were trying to double up at the full-back position, which left the space in the middle. I'm referring to your adverts, Jimmy. All right, mate. It all goes over my head. My mind's like that thing behind now. It's all ticking over. I'm arguing with myself in my own mind. It's like you can't do that. Frankie James says, I'll explain later, a geezer. Yeah, I'm arguing with myself now in my own mind about what I'm saying and what I want to happen and what I think will happen. I need to just sit back, have a proper think about it, and then come up with a plan of how we go forward. But yeah, definitely moving Duda further forward. Then there's that competition with Ertehaler. Then you can move Duarte in. You can move Duarte around as well. And I think one of the players that's going to be under pressure, and I've said it repeatedly now, and hopefully he's going to rise to the challenge, is Sukianiki. Because he's had opportunities. He had opportunities last season, kind of drifted a little bit, lost some confidence, went out of the squad, came back into the squad. And he can produce it. We just don't see enough of it often enough. And sitting on the bench and coming on for 15 minutes is not going to give him that opportunity. When's he going to get that opportunity? Is he going to start in the cup matches? Is he, he needs game time. But in this team, starting 11, where do you fit him in to get that game time? I don't know. So it's all looking good. It's all positive, and they're all nice problems to have. But Marius Yop is going to need a lot of support from his backroom staff. I also, speaking of backroom staff, but higher up, I saw an interview done with Peter Moore on TalkSport. So at some point, I'm going to watch that video and we'll go through that and just see what kind of role or how much of a role Peter Moore is playing at Wisla Krakow. Frankie James says, he's 2 in the moment, is our Jimmy. Lives, eats and breathes Wisła. Agiza says, if they keep performing like this, the gaffer could have them draw straws in the boot room. Frankie James says, seriously, sometimes he wakes up talking football. Well, yeah, I suppose so. What else can you do? It's a passion. Got to fly. If you're going to fly over to watch your team, that's support. I'm not one of these armchair supporters. even though I've only ever got there once. I should have gone with Frankie before that and ended up lying in bed with a bad back, couldn't move. That kind of put the kibosh on that one. Geezer said, he's a godsend to me, Frankie. Info in English is hard to come by. God, I wish someone else would do the translation from Polish to English. It's I need to get better at Polish, but we'll keep trying. Right, on that note, we have got a new stream supporter for tonight. I've not even done a plug yet. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell, and if you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be superb. Share the stream. I'd be ever so grateful. Stream support tonight, we are not supporting it anymore with the psychotherapy. The waiting list is just too long, so it would be unfair now. Frankie James says, that's lovely to hear, Geezer. No Piotr tonight either, so he may be working. And I think he's from New York, wasn't he? Right, let's have a look at our new stream supporter tonight. It is Ollie Stone, music producer and mixing engineer. It's all pretty self-explanatory there, guys. 8 years experience producing music for artists, television and advertising. This includes mixing audio and ensuring that the levels are optimized for the chosen channel specifications. YouTube and Spotify, for example. I wish you'd come and have a go at mine. Currently signed. Well, you can read that there. If you want to get in touch with Ollie, the email is olliestoneproduction@gmail.com. Don't forget to mention Jimmy24, and it's a huge 20% discount. He said it's only going to be for a limited time, but he will give us a 20% discount. And because I know his demand for his work is high at the minute, and obviously once you start getting a backlog of work coming in, he'll just he'll let us have that discount. And what lead times are, I couldn't tell you. That's between yourselves if you want to use a service and Ollie Stone. But his work is excellent. Absolutely fantastic work. So, yeah, if you need it for your, whether it's a YouTube stream, TV work, whether you want to use it for advertisements on TV, the movie industry, get in touch with Ollie Stone Productions and get a whopping 20%. There's some big numbers as well in the music production, so 20%. I'm not surprised he's saying it's for a limited time only, because that could be in the thousands. Could also be in £20, depending on what you actually want. But yeah, there is no job too big or too small. And he is currently signed up and doing it professionally, but he does do freelance work as well, which is Ollie Stone Production. So if you need that, get in touch with Ollie. He will sort you out. Use the promo code Jimmy for that 20% discount. Right. That for tonight is all. I'm going to do a quick video after this just for the football special. All the goals from this evening around the UK and Europe. We'll go with the final results. That's all we can do tonight. Well done, Wisla Krakow. Well done, Geezer, Frankie James, granddaughter Molly. One for coming into the live chat. It's much better with a busy live chat. No Piotr, like I said, but hopefully he'll watch this on catch up. Geezer says, good night to you, Jimmy, and your lovely and funny better half. Definitely better. Funny. Debatable. Right. Thanks for everything. Our next stream, by the way, I think might be, is it Rugby League or is it Rugby League? Let's just have a quick look. If you've hit that notifications bell, it'll come out there anyway. Let's see when the Warriors are on next. On the 24th. So what are we on Tuesday? So that's over the weekend, isn't it? 3 o'clock. I think that's a Sunday, I think. Sunday, 3 o'clock. Wigan Warriors against Wakefield. When's Wisła's next game? Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Wisła's next game is... Sorry about this, guys and gals. Legnica managed a victory earlier as well. Slask Wrocław, or Rocklaw if you're in the UK. Wrocław is on the 24th at 1:30. The 24th at 1:30. That's going to be a bit of a clash, isn't it? So I'm going to have to do... I've got to obviously do Wisła. At 1:30, and yeah, we'll maybe just a little bit late with the Warriors kickoff. Yeah, I'll have to get that stream ready, and as soon as Wisła have finished, we'll get straight over to the Wigan Warriors, and we'll finish that stream as well. Could we have 2 streams going at once? We've done it before. It's tricky, though. It's tricky. I think we'll stick with... I might be biting off more than I can chew there. So we'll be going with the Wisła and maybe a late start on the Wigan Warriors. But all that's left for me tonight is to say thank you to Agiza, everybody in live chat. Thanks ever so much for your support. Really do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your evening if you're over in the US of A, because it'll be a little bit earlier. It's 20 to 10 at night here in the UK. 20 to 10... 20 to 5 in the US now, something like that. Enjoy the rest of it anyway. It's been my pleasure. I am Jimmy James, and you're watching Catch It Live First.